my fascinating Renaissance friends. Welcome to episode 88. And of course, this is your best friend. I'd like to think I am your best friend. Okay, but as I've been always telling you, we are fellow sojourner in this autumn of our life, and we're continuing, to revolutionize, to transform, and look at endless possibilities. At least that's the theme for the month of May. How to really make these remaining years of our life, to be the best years. And for this month, we've been reframing, understanding emotions. And so instead of us being frustrated in trying to manage, control, and being taken over by it, we can actually use these emotions to really catapult us to become better individuals and therefore live better lives. Okay, so the key word there is reframing, and we're still doing that. There are 10 dark and ugly emotions we're trying to reframe here. We started with anger, followed by guilt. And then now, all right, and of course, guilt and frustration. And now we're going to take the next two, right? What's that? Okay, the fourth one really is jealousy. Jealousy. In social media era, this emotion of jealousy is exacerbated by what? A lot of comparison. We compare ourselves with these influencers, these people who seem to have a better life, than we're living. To begin with, what is jealousy? Jealousy isn't only about, okay, about wanting what someone else's has. It is also about. It says here, feeling like you cannot have it. Right. So what the psychologists say, jealousy is not only about wanting what someone else's has, but also feeling that you cannot have it. All right, and I said it has been exacerbated, by social comparison. Okay, so let's dig in some more. Okay, number one is it's more than just wanting what someone else's has. Like I told you, I told you that before. I get frustrated because I love fashion, and I wanted to be a ramp fashion model. But again, my limitations, physically, my limitations do not give me a fair chance of even making it. No, I feel frustrated until I'm able to reframe that. Really, okay. Here, the comparison game, means that, for instance, how come this person has a wonderful husband. Okay, my husband is a jerk. All right, not my husband, but the thinking of, how come she has a wonderful husband, and how come my husband isn't as wonderful? In fact, he is a jerk. Okay, then I'm jealous. What should I do now? Should I continue to envy and be jealous of her quote unquote good fortune? How come they live in this wonderful house, in this wonderful subdivision, and I'm stuck here, in this really, really not so good, place, and you go to work. How come how come you think I've been in this company for 5 years, and this guy who's been with the company for only a year has been promoted to the next level position. Okay, and then in another year, this person was again promoted into the second level. Now I'm under him or her, when in fact I was here first. I deal with this very often as a corporate consultant. They start acting negatively, start acting, in a way that is very disadvantageous to the company. That's what jealousy does. Okay, so it's not just wanting what somebody else has. It says, deep down, is believing, it's feeling that you can never have it. Okay, that's the one that I want you to reframe. So, what then should we be doing? I think we should ask ourselves two questions. One is, what is actually stopping me? From having what I want. If I wanted that promotion and another person got it, why can't we just go back and say, okay, what else can I do? Or what else have I not done to be able to earn this promotion? Maybe I was too lazy. Maybe I'm just too happy go lucky in my work. And this particular person who just gave everything to the job, or maybe I'm doing it incorrectly. Maybe I'm trying to get it to get the promotion, but by ways and means that do not work, at least in the culture of the company. Some companies, prefer, not some companies, I think most companies, prefer meritocracy. Like, I want, people who will volunteer for the hard assignments. Okay, and then they will give their all, and so they become visible. Others would what, shy away from hard assignments. The first thing they ask is, if I do that additional work, will I get paid extra? All right, and the boss would say, no, you still pay the same. It's just that it is a means for us to gauge whether you are ready for the next promotion. Am I doing my job very well on this level? Yes, but we're not sure if you can do the job on the next level. So we have this project. It's a short-term project. It will only take 3 months of additional work. After 3 months, then we will gauge if we can give you, okay, the level of difficulty of assignments that will assignments that are given on the next level. Says, well, if you're not going to pay me extra, then I'm not willing to do that. Fine. Okay, so you continue doing your best in that level because it is only up to this. Those next assignments are high risk, and it takes a different kinds of skill set. All right, so take it away. Okay, so I guess that's how you handle that. If we don't have it now, okay, how can we get it? So I like what I read in one of these books written by Kiyosaki. Yeah, I think it's Robert Kiyosaki. It says, "Rich Dad Poor Dad." The wealthy would always say, it's not, oh, I can't afford it. I can't afford it. The wealthy would say, how can I afford it? Instead of being jealous because this particular person, got this, and got much more than I'm earning. So instead of saying I can't afford it, okay, is how can I afford it? So your mind gets to be thinking, okay, should I take a gig? Okay, should I take another job? Should I sacrifice my expenses in my what? Buying coffee? Should I, save so that I can have this? Things like that. That's jealousy. Okay. Now, what's the next one? The next one is grief. Okay, grief. Well, grief is love with nowhere to go. I like the refrain. Grief is love with nowhere to go. Meaning you grieve because your best friend has left you for another bestie. Or you grieve because you've lost a partner whom you love so much to another person. Okay, or is or there is a death in the family. Okay, when we say death, it's not only people dying. Death is also happening in death of a dream. This is your dream, and something happens, and you no longer have the opportunity, that opportunity to have that dream. So it is a death of something. It's a death of a business. Okay, the COVID-19, did a death blow to mom and pop businesses simply because of the economic situation. Okay, so they love the business, they love the person, they love the dream, but the love has nowhere to go. Okay, so what do we do about that? It says, let yourself feel it. Don't try to push it away because it only makes it heavier. So go through the grief, feel it, feel. All right. And then when you, after feeling that, you will be ready to face it and do something about it. Right. So that's what they're really saying, in terms of, okay, sometimes, okay, what happens is we overthink a lot, like, should I be feeling should I be feeling grief, or should I be you know um, putting it under the rug? I should not really feel this way, etc. No, sometimes overthinking is the brain searching for control, right? You want control in uncertainty, in certainty. I remember this, talking about certainty. I remember this. The only permanent things are change, death, and taxes. Okay, so I mean, if you try to control what is uncertain, if you try to control the future, then that becomes very difficult. All right, but at the same time, I also read somewhere that the only way not to overthink or to fear about the future is create it now, plant the seeds now, so that you can create the future that you want. Okay, talking about fear, we will talk about fear, next episode. Right, the next episode. So, guys, you want to engage with me? All right, so put your comments, in the section below. I mean, if it's something that is too nosebleed for you, just like some of the comments, okay. If you want other, okay, topics, that I should be focusing on in this transformation, revolution, and positivity, theme that we have for this month of May, please say, in the comment portion, and we will discuss that. We'll talk about that. Okay, and don't forget to like and subscribe so that you will not miss any of our uploads. Okay, every Tuesday and Friday, and until then, sayonara.